everybody, and welcome back to another episode of TeaLimePie. This is the podcast where we read your ghost stories on Reddit and discuss. I myself am a skeptic, because ghosts aren't real. And my very good friend here, Coffee Ghosty, is wrong and a believer.
I knew it.
It's gonna be the new thing. It's just gonna every
now.
episode.
It's wrong.
It's wrong.
Oh, I get told that a lot. It's okay.
She is our resident ghost and paranormal expert, which means she's wrong. We've got two stories for you today. A fairly long boy, and then the last little house story, which I am excited to read to you guys.
I can't wait. All right. Our first one is called Our Hotel Room Was Already Occupied. Spoopy. Imagine it's not a ghost, it's just actually somebody else was already in there.
It's just some transient laying on the bed like Jeff Goldblum.
Whoops!
Sorry, is this your room? Now it's our room.
I'll scoot over on the bed for you. Oh my god. Okay. I prefer to stay in hotels and neighborhoods with lots of character because I like to be fully immersed in the personality of a city. I've stayed in dozens of historic hotels across Europe and the US, many of which claim to be haunted. All were beautiful and some were creepy. I never saw anything truly weird until a few months ago. In November of 2024, my girlfriend and I traveled from the US to London, England, and we decided to stay in Soho due to its central location and its unique character. After nearly settling on Mimi's Hotel, I stumbled upon a lesser-known place just down the street called Hazlitt's. As soon as I saw photos of the rooms, I knew we'd be staying there. Well, now I gotta look up what it looks like.
Next vacation destination.
Yeah. We checked in at 3 p.m. on a weekday. There wasn't a whole lot of activity in the lobby, so we were probably one of the only guests in the hotel at the time. Our overnight flight had taken 8 hours, so to recharge and adjust to the time change, we decided to nap for a few hours before going out to the pubs. Our room key simply said Sir William Ross. Okay. Interesting. We walked up an old Georgian staircase until we found a door with the same name. The lock.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess we're.
Sorry, that's neat. That's a neat way to do it.
Yeah.
What's a Georgian staircase?
I don't know.
Google.
I did Google that as well. Oh, I just looked up the hotel. It is really cool.
Georgian staircase.
They did keep it kind of like old-timey feeling in there. That is a cool place. I would stay there.
Oh, it's the one with like a windy banister.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should look up the hotel. It's really cool.
What's it called?
Hazlitt's with a Z. Hazlitt. It's cool. I can see why he would pick it.
Hazlitt's Hotel London. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at this.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I was very curious what it looked like. The lock clanked and the door creaked and the floor squeaked.
we've hit the Dr. Seuss.
That's what I was gonna say.
Of the evening.
What the heck? Okay. So I'm like, how long is this list gonna go on for? As we stepped into a small gothic vestibule, it's a fun word, through another old door, and then into a fully paneled room where centuries of paint covered moldings in thick globs.
Suddenly we are in Narnia.
I guess. The weak autumn sun, obscured by clouds and heavy silk, failed to adequately light the room, so I switched on a lamp. The bedroom was cramped but well appointed with various antiques. Above our fireplace was an unsettling painting of a frowning old man, as they do. My girlfriend undressed and immediately climbed into the heavy oak bed, where she seemed to fall asleep almost immediately. I lingered in the bathroom, brushing my teeth and admiring the historic details. I glanced into the silent bedroom where something caught my eye. The next few moments lasted probably only a few seconds. At first, I thought I was looking at another oil portrait, one I hadn't initially noticed, but then I realized it didn't have a frame nor canvas. It was a man, maybe in his 30s, standing near the corner of our bed, looking down at my sleeping girlfriend. Ooh. Okay.
Creepy.
Okay, I have to ask, when he says she undressed, was she climbing into this bed naked, or did she put on jammies?
Let's say naked.
I don't know. I wouldn't stay.
Because then the ghost is a bit of a creeper.
Yeah, it adds a little bit of a layer to it. He had parted and wavy brown hair of medium length and wore a dark jacket with large lapels. His face didn't suggest anger nor malice, but a neutral observation or perhaps mild curiosity. Boobs. As though he walked into the room and didn't expect to see someone sleeping there.
Why is this naked woman in my bed?
I mean, I'm not complaining, but hello. The door to our room was locked, so I assumed a hotel worker had entered. Well, that would be rude. And I was about to tell him this room is occupied, but then I realized it would have been impossible for him to have entered our room in absolute silence. That's when I noticed his clothes and hairstyle again. The reason I initially mistook him for a painting was because he looked like a character from a Jane Austen movie, but just simply and more somberly.
Novel, homie, novel, Jane author. She was an author.
I know, but they made movies of her books.
No, I'm talking to him, not her.
Oh, what?
Not you. Fuck. Just keep going, please. It's getting late.
My brain starts to connect the dots. Are you talking to your ghost friend? The little blonde girl.
Oh, God.
My brain started to connect the dots, so there's a guy I've never seen before in our room who looks like he's from another century, who somehow entered without making even the slightest sound, even though this old hotel is creaky as hell. In a quiet panic, I felt a surge of adrenaline. It can't be. Holy shit, that's a ghost! I was in total disbelief and caught off guard. I had always heard stories of hotel ghosts appearing in the middle of the night as a specific breed. Hotel ghosts. But not in the afternoon nor visiting almost as soon as you just I can't read anymore.
It really is getting late for us, guys. This was a very long recording session.
I'm visiting almost as soon as you've checked in. There's the word. He wasn't transparent, nor floating, nor glowing, nor a mist. Okay.
None of the signs of a ghost.
Yeah. It just looked like some guy was in our room. He didn't say anything, and I never saw him look at me, only at my girlfriend. Dude, boobs. They captivate us all.
Dude.
Still standing only 15 feet away with only an open doorway between us, I felt an intense sense of vulnerability, like there was an invisible spotlight on me. Now, growing up, my parents have only ever lived in old houses, so this wasn't my first weird experience, although it was my first one in probably a decade. I don't like to give these kinds of things attention as I think it encourages them to interact with you more. So I pretended like I didn't see him and turned back to the sink. Still brushing, I ran the water and
just his vulnerable naked girlfriend on the bed with this dude staring at her.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm gonna continue to brush my teeth. I don't want to encourage this behavior.
Oh, I forgot to floss.
Oh my god. I ran the water and began to unnecessarily and clumsily jostle our toiletries around, trying to make some noise so she's scared away. It's our fucking squirrel now. I rinsed my mouth and turned back to the bedroom. He was gone. I stepped back into the bedroom with an intense feeling of being watched. There was nowhere a grown man could have hidden. I was obviously spooked, but slid into the bed and told myself that I was just tired from the long flight and seeing things. Despite my unease, I fell asleep, and the rest of our trip was amazing. I even proposed and got engaged, but that's another story. Said drop that in there.
I would have said no because this man just left me naked.
Yeah.
Well, another man stared at me.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Just turn back around.
Jesus. It's not there.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Now some may question my response, but what was I supposed to do? Scream and throw my toothbrush at him?
Yeah.
Which would have woken up my girlfriend and made me look crazy?
So?
Yeah, what? Jump through a window and become a ghost myself? Well, that's extreme. What? Nobody would say that. Run out of the hotel half naked and be laughed at by staff? Wake
up your girlfriend!
Yeah! The room was already paid for and it was going to be difficult finding a similar place in central London without taking out a mortgage. The best solution was just to ignore it and hope it left us alone. Okay. According to lore, the hotel was supposedly haunted by the ghost of William Hazlitt, a writer who died in the building and who the hotel is named for. I found a portrait of Hazlitt, but to be honest, I don't think he looked much like the person I saw, although I suppose it could have been him. The rooms are named after his friends, which explains the name on the key, but other than that, I don't know anything else about William Ross. Interesting. I didn't tell my girlfriend my story until we were on our flight back to the States. She breathed a sigh of relief. Thank you for not telling me while we were still there. She said she didn't
Would you want to know?
I don't know. Part of me, yes. Part of me, no.
Yeah, because then you'd spend the rest of your trip being like, is he going to show up today?
Yeah, I'd be like equally excited and want it to show up again, but also terrified and not be able to sleep. Yeah. She said she didn't see or feel anything weird, and I hadn't during the rest of our stay either, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't wake up each night in that room, glancing into the shadows, wondering if he'd returned. And I didn't take photos for the story while there, but I didn't know if I was going to be writing this. However, I found some photos of our room taken both exactly from my point of view and the man's point of view. Oh, it's linked.
Don't worry, honey. I'm just taking naked pictures of you.
Yeah. No, it's just like the professional photos of the hotel.
Oh, okay.
I see. Okay, so he was like, lucky he could only see like the foot of the bed.
Gotcha.
From the sink. And like, yeah, the edge of the bed where the man was. And then the man's point of view. Oh yeah, there's a picture. The second picture has the painting that he looked at. That is one of the grumpiest old men. Interesting. That was a really long story for nothing to happen. I'm
I was thinking that too.
little disappointed. I was kind of excited about an old hotel.
Yeah, that was a long walk to say someone stared at my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Oh well. We can't all have wins.
No,
That's what happens when you go into these stories blind.
Yeah.
We need like a producer or someone to read through this shit for us.
I know, right? Any volunteers?
Yeah, it would have to be volunteer because we cannot pay.
I can pay you in puppy photos.
It's worth it.
That's interesting.
Worth it.
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, I mean, I got a hotel that sounds interesting to stay at out of this story.
Yeah,
So.
I was looking at it like the whole time you were talking, and like the Duke of Monmouth Monmouth looks amazing. It's got like a fucking patio.
Duke of
It's still in the Hazlitt's hotel. That's the name of the room.
Yeah. Excuse me.
It's got a kitchen and a patio and a living room and a fireplace.
And a painting with a lady's boobie hanging out.
Woohoo!
Hell yeah, brother.
I mean, can't we just sneak into someone else's room for that?
Yeah, clearly.
There's a room called Club Single.
What? I thought
That's actually so funny.
they were supposed to be named after his friends.
Yeah, well, maybe his friend was lonely his whole life.
Oh yeah, I see it. That's funny.
Well, none of them are named after. Hold up.
Wait.
So there's Club Double, Superior Double, Deluxe Double, Junior Suite, Duke of Monmouth, and Club Single.
Yeah, where's this William whatever the frick?
Yeah. Yeah, William, whatever the frick. Where are you?
Yeah, what the hell? Suspicious.
Well, I know where I'm staying if I ever get to visit London.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Alright. Now the moment we've all been waiting for.
I feel like I built it up to be a disappointment for you. This is the last Little House story. This is a series of stories that my mom has sent in for us to read. They have been something. But so up until this point, I've heard all of these stories like throughout my life. Like I know about them, but this one in particular, I did not know until I read through it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is like this is kind of creepy. Okay, story number 5. This is the last Little House story, but no way the last occurrence. This story is the weirdest for sure. Now, what I was told about this at the time was the only thing that actually made me a little nervous. Let's say it made me stand up and get my mama bear claws out. I was more attentive to what's going to happen next. I have moved furniture around to change where I usually sat at night when the girls had gone to bed, because I wanted to keep an eye on their bedroom just in case. So like after she was told what happened, she moved the furniture in the living room so she could see our door.
Oh boy. Okay.
This came from my oldest daughter. Now, I don't remember if my youngest ever saw anything. I don't believe she ever said.
Apparently not.
Anyway, nope, got nothing. Sorry, Mom. Anyway, I don't have the site. Anyway, in their room, they slept in bunk beds. The oldest was on the bottom and the youngest got the top. I wrestled her for it. This was a small bedroom. When you walked into the room from the hallway, directly on your left were the headboards. You would take, say, about 3 steps forward and you were in the middle of the room. So if my daughter was laying in bed, it would be around her hips if you stood beside the bed. On the right, where you stood, you could put your hand down and reach out and maybe 1.5 feet and touch the TV. There's just enough room to walk by. So it was kind of picture like a little walkway. On one side was the bed, on the other side was this tiny little TV. It was a Batman TV.
Oh.
And yeah, it was awesome. I always asked them to shut the TV off at night before they fell asleep, but I always went to check before I went to bed to make sure that it was off. So it was a typical night, nothing happened that I knew of. I walked in and shut the TV off and went to bed myself. The next morning, my oldest daughter came to me and asked who the little girl was that was staying over last night. Of course, I looked confused, like, what the hell? No one, I said. She proceeded to tell me that in some point in the night, she woke up. She couldn't remember why, but she woke up and something happened to take her out of her sleep. Yeah, that's what woke up means. So I didn't edit this one very well. Sorry, Mom. That was mean. She told me when she woke up that there was a light in their room and it was quite bright. And yes, I had a nightlight in there, but it was a soft glow. She said it was a bright light and it was flickering. When she turned her head, she saw the TV was on, but it wasn't playing anything. It was nothing but static, black and white static, with that white noise coming through. You know the noise. It's annoying. That was playing on the TV. Yeah, okay. Maybe she turned it on and got the wrong channel in her sleep. Who knows? But the odd thing was, halfway down her bed, on the floor in front of the TV, with her back leaning against the side of her bed, was a girl. She told me the girl had long black hair. Never once turned and looked at her, but just sat there, continuing to watch the white noise static on the TV. And because it has been many years since this happened, I cannot remember her exact words that she told me, but I believe that she watched her for a few minutes thinking it might be her sister, and she turned over and fell asleep again. But when she woke up the next day, she got to thinking about what she said. And said, Mom, there's no way her sister, me, could have been watching TV because there was nothing on the TV to watch. It was nothing on the TV but static. We were stumped on this one, and it was so dark and creepy that this has never left my mind. My daughter was the kind of kid that I used to call an old soul. So she wouldn't lie to me because she didn't have to. She always looked after her little sister in many, many ways. So I knew that if she was upset about this enough that she would come to me, I knew something wasn't right. So to wrap this all up, I just want to say that all my life, with anywhere I went, something would have happened. I could be driving down the road and slow right down, and the kids would say, Mom, what are you doing? And I would just come out with something like, there's a deer coming out. And the next thing you know, a deer would cross the road in front of us. That is true.
Wow.
Even when I was young, I was raised in an active house. If I was sitting in the basement, I could hear kids running up and down the hall laughing. The lights to the basement would go on off and on at random times, but no one else was home. It usually happened when I came home from school and was watching TV in the basement. It even got so bad that sometimes mom and dad would be downstairs watching TV, my sister and I would be in bed, and the running would start, and my dad would yell upstairs for us to get our butts back in bed, but we were already there. So my life has been, all my life things have been going on around me. You can call me crazy, but it's true. Thanks for listening, Mama Lime. So yeah, this last story, my sister woke up in the middle of the night because the TV was bright.
Yeah.
And looks over, and there's this girl with long dark hair just sitting in the middle of our bedroom watching TV.
Gross.
Yeah.
It's always a little
I had no idea about this story whatsoever, and I couldn't have climbed down and turn on the TV because this was not a legal bunk bed.
Okay.
The way you got down was over the like they just took two single beds and like nailed them together.
Okay.
It was over the back, like the footboard, and we would like just monkey down.
Okay.
So it's not like she wouldn't have heard me if I decided to get up and climb down. I would have shaken the whole bed.
Right.
So
Shit.
yeah, so there was just a little girl with dark hair sitting in our room, and it freaked my mom out so bad that she rearranged our living room. I did not know that's why she rearranged the living room, by the way.
Wow. They never said. That's crazy.
Yep.
Ugh, I probably would too, though.
Yeah.
Need to watch
So that wraps up the little house stories.
The fact that there were two little girls, though, that's so weird.
Yeah, it could have been the same one because, like, at night, the dark brown hair could have looked black.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I want to know about this little girl so bad.
I know, right? I'll get
curious.
the address. I'm pretty sure I remember the address, so we can look it up.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
And Mama Lime, if there's any more fun stories.
Oh, yes.
I'd love to hear
Mama
more.
Lime.
I don't know.
Yep. You tell good stories.
Yeah, definitely. Ugh.
And if you would like to send in your stories, Listenerland, you can do so at Listenerland. You can do so at tealimepiepodcast@gmail.com, or you can find the link in our channel in the description. Yeah, I love getting like viewer stories.
Yeah,
like
me
the
too.
The
Me
one
too.
from Noct, and these ones have been super fun. And
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Please send more.
yeah, we could do like a whole just like montage of people sending us stuff.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed the little house stories and then the rest of the episode with that long walk to say that his girlfriend was sleeping.
Oh my god.
Thank you guys so much and have a good night.
Sleep tight.